DawgNation takes a lap around the Tate Ratledge story by first learning about Tate Ratledge the punter. Yes, that's right, Tate Ratledge the punter.
Well, that's our little guarded secret right there. That's actually his favorite part of practice. If you ask him what part you look forward to, Tate, it's always special teams because he likes to show off his skills.
What's that all about? Where'd that come from? And why are you the varsity punter?
We were messing around at practice one day, and I picked up a ball and just kicked it. And Coach was like, "Who did that?" And I was like, "That was me." He's like, "Can you do that again?" I was like, "Yeah, I can." And then I did it again. He's like, "All right, you're our punter," and it kind of just took off from there.
What do you think is his sharpest or strongest tool?
I think just his athleticism. I mean, when you compare that with his size, you go back to his role as a punter. He is a true athlete in a 6'7", 300-pound body.
What is the longest punt? Which one is his best punt? Does he have a 45, 50?
Oh yeah, no, he's got a 47-yard punt.
What was his average?
He was a 39-yard net this year. And the thing about Tate is it's not always a thing of beauty, but it's so high, there's not a whole lot of returns. So.
What does he look like? His best clips on his film, what is he doing, Coach?
Well, I just think it's initial movement and then finish. I mean, he's so powerful. It's like I said, he's not just a big plotting body. He's so athletic and powerful. He comes off, his initial punch is very quick with power, and then his just ability to finish blocks, I think.
Is he a true tackle? Is he a versatile guy that can play some guard and some tackle, or where do you see him on Saturdays?
No, I think he's every bit athletic enough to be versatile. I think right now you probably go in and say that guy's a tackle. But with the feet he has and the way that he can move and bend, that's the other thing about Tate is for a kid that size to be able to bend like he does, I think that creates some versatility for him across the line of scrimmage. Tate's one of those guys, if you pull up his Twitter, if you pull up his social media, you're not going to see "blessed to receive my bazillionth offer." That's just not how he does it. He's not a self-promoter. The name on the front of his jersey is much more important to him than the name on the back. He's always been that kind of kid. And, I think he has in his mind narrowed it down to 4 or 5 places, but I think he's keeping it close to the chest, and we don't press him on it. We want him to go play where he wants to go play at the highest level and be comfortable with what he decides.
A little high.
2018, it was from sophomore year to that year was a lot more maturity. I got to the point where during games I want to physically dominate people and make them where they really don't want to play me again.
Size-wise, what are you? Like if your football card, the back of your football card last year may have said 6'5", 285, 290 maybe? What was it?
I was 6'5", 295. Now I'm about 6'6", 6'7", 300. I'm 305 right now, I think.
6'6" and a half. Is that when you get? Does Tennessee measure you? Does Georgia measure you? Where have you been?
They really don't measure me anymore.
It's probably a good sign. Tate, where are you at right now? Simple question. I mean, some guys want to get it done before their senior year. Other guys want to carry it all the way out and do it at a game. What feels right for you right now with your process?
I feel like right now I'd like to get it over before my senior season, but I'm also going to these camps these next 2 weekends trying to get invited to a game. So I feel like if that happens, I might wait to do it to a game. But I'm not a big put myself out there like, oh, I'm gonna get all this media attention and stuff like that. So I might just do it simple thing on Twitter or something like that.
If you had to decide tomorrow, if tomorrow was National Signing Day, do you know?
I do not. I have no clue right now.
Do you know which hats would be on the table, I guess, a little bit? Do you know who would be in it?
If I had to say right now,
you don't have to say 2 or 3. You can say 4 or 5. It doesn't matter.
Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, and Florida.
Those sound like 5 officials. You gonna take any spring officials?
I might. I don't know. I'm wanting to kind of go out to California and take an official. So USC has offered me, so I might go out there.
Go to LA, right? Which one of those schools do you have the fewest questions about by now?
Georgia and Tennessee.
Why?
I've been there the most, and I've built great relationships with Coach Frank, Coach Pittman, and every time I go down there, it's not like tour of everything. It's getting closer with the coaches and building those relationships. I like Athens. I mean, I feel like I'd be happy there if I wasn't playing football. Like I could live there. And Coach Pittman, he's probably the coach that I've came closest with over my time being recruited.
Tennessee's always a family favorite for you. I think your dad, does he still have a T on his truck?
Oh, he does.
So,
but he's not pressuring me at all like that. He's like, wherever you go, if you don't go to Tennessee, that T's coming off, and wherever you go is going on. So,
when Sam talks to you about where he sees you in the offense, how does he break it down for you?
He basically says, I'm not going to guarantee you a position, but if we're losing both of our tackles by the time you're here, and if you compete and you play the ability that I believe you can play, then there's a very good chance that you end up playing as a freshman here. I just love the game. Like I couldn't imagine myself without football. Like people have asked me, like, what would you do if? My dad's always like focus on other like football shouldn't be your #1 priority, because he said you could go out there first play next game and it'd be over for you. He's like, what would you do then? And I still don't have an answer for him. Like, I don't know. Like, I really don't. But I feel like my love for the game, and this might kind of sound bad, but I love like physically dominating people out there.
All right, guys, that's a good rep with Tate Ratledge. He got open on Sunday.